Hey you guys, it's Peter. And I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube. Famous now. Available in 2021, the album Dad F. Every rose has its thorn. Just like what? Just like every night has its dawn. Woo! That was my exercise today. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. I don't even know if those are the lyrics. Anyway, rock on, gold dust woman. Woo! It is so hot. It's hotter than a sinner in a church on Sunday, and I ought to know, my Lord. Okay, we got so much drama to get into today. I might have a couple birthday shout-outs if I have enough time at the end. Let's just get into the drama. Woo! Right away today, I have a little James Charles drama. I have a little Tana Mongeau drama to talk about today. I have, what else do I have? A little Gabby Hannah drama and a little Ryland Adams drama and a little Shane Dawson kind of by association drama. So let's get into, okay, I'm ready. Let's get into today's video. First of all, let's talk about Miss Gabby Hannah. Now, Gabby Hannah, as you know, very nice young lady, very nice. She's Christian. I think she's not a Christian! No, I think she is. I think she takes the communion wafers and, you know, drinks all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I think she's a good girl, you know. But anyway, she does come out and complain a little bit, okay, about how people don't watch her videos. And she came up with this term called shadow banned. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but Gabby Hannah invented the term shadow banned, okay. So anyway, but Gabby, she's a real nice girl. So anyway, the problem with Gabby is that when things don't go her way, she complains all over the internet about it, okay? I have a feeling we are just moments away from the crowning of Miss Complaint of the internet, okay? And the crowning will go to first runner-up, second runner-up, third runner-up, fourth runner-up, and fifth runner-up is Miss Gabby Hannah. She's also crowned the queen of complaints on the internet. Why? Because if you go over to her newest video, okay, her newest rock music video of where she is really feeling her oats, okay, not like the person, what's her name, Rachel Oates, that reviewed her poetry, not like Rachel Oates that reviewed her poetry. She's feeling her oats, okay? She's feeling herself as a rock star. Rock star, get it? Okay, she's a rock star these days. Why? Because she did a cover of a really bad Alanis Morissette song, okay? Every rose, I'm a rock star too, see? Okay, so everybody is talking about how she didn't get no views on this video and the likes to dislikes ratio. So let's go in here and look real quick. Here it is, Gabby Hannah, you ought to know. Now, I think part of it might be, if you look on here at the thumbnail, she chose to use a thumbnail where she's showing the world her armpit, okay? I think that's why she's getting a lot of dislikes. Gabby, you didn't pick a very good thumbnail, and I ought to know, okay? And you ought to know. And I'm just saying, okay, because you're saying the song. But she picked this thumbnail, she's showing the, she's like, because she's a rock star, see? Because she's out in the desert and she's kicking dust and all that kind of stuff, which, okay, I had to stop the camera because, well, it went down a wrong road. Okay, let's just say that. 25 cents for the custard. Now y'all are like, well, what did he say? You'll never know. Don't worry about it, okay? Secrets of a Drama channel. It was 25 cents for a cuss jar, okay? I cussed a couple times in a row. We don't do that over here, okay? We're nice. We're Christians over here, see? We're good citizens of the world, and we don't do that over here. Gabby Hannah makes me cuss! I'm just saying, okay? So anyway, but I do believe that the reason why Gabby, okay, is not getting the views that she wants is because she used this thumbnail of this armpit, okay? But she's edgy. She's edgy, and I'm sure that she thinks, I don't know. You know, she came out and she said that everybody wants to F her. I don't know. Maybe she thinks everybody wants to F her armpit. I don't know. I don't know these things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not in the mind of Gabby Hannah. Thank God. Okay, so anyway, if you go into here, Gabby Hannah, the video is, oh, there's that armpit again. My Lord, I can't even look at that armpit. It's scaring me so much. Okay, so the video has 229,000 likes, or views on it, okay? And 11,000 likes and 17,000 dislikes, which People are talking about how she's got so many more dislikes on this than likes. Now, here's the thing with this, right? This is why you do not complain to the internet. You don't cause a bunch of drama. Because if you go in here and you read the comments really aren't about the song. The comments are about Gabby Hannah's behavior, okay? And how people are tired of it, and they're, you know, whatever. It goes on and on and on. For example, here I'll read you a couple of the top comments. Here it is one. Did this girl seriously torture a bunch of people, bullying and relentlessly harassing a bunch of different people for weeks just to release a mediocre song of a mediocre cover of a good song? 2,000 likes. So Gabby, I'm sure that all of that you were putting online to show everybody that you were standing up for yourself really worked to your advantage as far as people liking your music. When everybody was telling you, just know that you're good enough and just put out your art and stop defending your art, right? And stop defending all this kind of stuff. So someone said, I'm just curious to see how she plays the victim and blames the lack of views and dislike ratio on everyone but herself. And then it goes on and somebody says, YouTube, in quotations, YouTube is withholding likes. Now I'm being dislike ratio. Gabby Hannah in a few days, 120 likes on that, which is exactly what she's going to come and do, right? She's going to come out and she's going to have to call YouTube and she's going to say, YouTube of the world, I'm being shadow banned and dislike ratioed. We need to have a meeting. And that CEO of YouTube, you know her name? I don't know what her name is. I can't ever remember. Sally Smith Jones, whatever. She's probably like, Miss Hannah, please hold. She's like, oh, sweet Jesus, we're going to have a meeting with Gabby Hannah again. Please, can you bring in the coffee? I'm going to need to have 15 people with me. I can't handle a Gabby Hannah meeting. Yes, Miss Hannah, we'll just give her the 20,000 likes so she'll shut up. Yes, Miss Hannah, we'll fix that for you right away. They probably just deal with all this stuff. They probably put her, you know, on trending pages and stuff just so they don't have to deal with the backlash of Gabby Hannah going crazy and, complaining to everybody that she was shadow banned again. You weren't shadow banned again, Gabby. People are not liking how you're acting on the internet. Just own it. Just own it. Just own it. Push it. Push it real good. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so that's the whole situation with Gabby Hannah. She's not going to be happy about this. The song's not doing well. Okay, sob, sob, sob. You know, I said in my video yesterday or the day before, I don't know when it was, but I was talking about Gabby Hannah. I said, listen, there is going to come a day when people don't like your stuff as much as they used to. That they go on and they watch other YouTubers. I hope it never happens to me, but I don't even... Listen, I didn't get the views that she used to get back in the day. You know, listen, at her age, having come from the Vine, going to the YouTube, she's competing with these kids. She's doing all this kind of stuff. She wants to be a rock star. At her age, you know, I think that's fantastic, okay? Go for your dreams all you want. But then when you get what you get, don't throw a fit. My mother-in-law always says that, right? Be happy with what you have. If Gabby Hannah showed more gratitude for the life that she has been given, instead of constantly complaining about how she is wronged, more people might be listening to her music. More of her fans and stans might have stuck around. But with this, they're like, no, girl, we're done. And when you go underneath here and you read the comment section, it's all about this. I mean, it's all about her behavior. It's very little of it is about the song, you know? So anyway, and there's good comments in there too. I mean, there's some, you know? So that's that. Well, I will tell you that she's not deleting comments, because if she were, I mean, she'd have to work really, really hard. You know what I mean? Now, speaking of somebody else that's up in the comment sections, let's talk about Ryland Adams and Lizzy, his friend Lizzy Gordon. So let me get into that video really quick. So they put up a video, I think it was yesterday actually, and hold on a second, I have a screenshot of it, and the video is titled Lizzy's Last Show, okay? Now, the video is sitting at something like, I think it's like at 100 or 90, it's got like quite a few views I went in and I talked about all the views that they were getting, and like they're not getting very many views anymore, and their videos aren't doing very well, and like literally every title of Ryland's is a clickbait title, and he kind of almost kind of laughs about it now too, like, well yeah, it's a clickbait title or whatever. So they go in there, and what it is that Lizzy's getting married, and so she said, oh, I have a great idea for a title. We'll do like Lizzy Gordon's Last Show. Ryland didn't want to say Lizzie Gordon's last show. He wanted to just say Lizzie's last show. And she even says they kind of got into like a little bit of an argument about it or something like that. Of course, he goes, well, it wouldn't have been good clickbait if I would have said Lizzie Gordon's last show. So it's not Lizzie's last show. She's just getting married, okay? And so he also goes in there and talks at some point. Listen, you guys, I have to watch these podcasts of The Sip, which I called The Spill by accident yesterday. I have to watch them on like 2x speed because, I mean, and I know some people watch me on 2x speed and I sound like the chipmunks at Christmas, but that's okay. But it is just, they're so boring to me. And the only reason that I listen to them is to cover anything that I might need to talk about over here because they always slip stuff in like right in the middle. And so you need to kind of watch it. The whole podcast is so cringe to me. The only reason, like if you read the comments now, everybody's like, if Lizzie leaves, then I don't have to watch this show anymore. If Lizzie leaves, I mean, I can actually read you some of the comments that I screenshotted. People are all like, oh, if Lizzie leaves, I'm done with the podcast, blah, 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 whatever. And it goes just on and on and on. And people are just like, I'm so over this. Hold on a second. Here they are. As soon as I saw that Lizzie was not actually leaving the show, I turned it off. So disappointed. Lizzie deserves better than spoiled Ryland. Lizzie, please leave and get your own show. Me being excited thinking she was actually leaving so she can be on frenemies. Okay? Ryland, and this was interesting. When you go in there, okay, Ryland, because we all know now that he's in charge of his comments, because at one point, Lizzie was reading the comments and all of a sudden they got turned off, and Ryland said, yeah, I just turned them off because I didn't want to read what they said anymore. Well, if you go in there to the newest comments, there are comments up to like 3 hours ago that the SIP has gone in there and responded to, okay? And that is, so we know that's Ryland. Here are some of the comments. Ryland and Lizzie talking about, it goes, black mold, poop, and popping zits, me trying to eat my food. And they respond, when Ryland just found out he had a unibrow. Okay, so it goes in, it's like the funny ha-ha comments. He doesn't address any of the comments of people saying that they don't want him in the show. Ryland Adams puts up this thing. I mean, if Ryland was like in my life, and which he's not, thank God, and said to me, you know, like, well, what do you think I should do? I'd say, dude, maybe, like, just not get into the comment section, okay? Like, you know, what was I watching? Oh, I was watching, like, RuPaul's Drag Race, and she was giving, RuPaul was giving some advice to, like, the girls, and said, don't read the comment sections of, like, the threads on Twitter and stuff, because it'll just destroy you. I think there's, like, a time when you're healthy enough to read comments, and there's a time that you're not healthy enough to read comments, you know? If I'm having a day where, like, maybe emotionally, I'm just not strong enough to get in there and have people say things to me that I maybe am not ready to hear, then I don't read the comments on that day. I wait for another day where maybe I'm more emotionally strong to hear that, you know? Which would also be a good lesson to the younger generation, you know, as parents and family members, that, you know, maybe pass that on. There are times that I have no business being on social media, even if it's not about me, because I see so much toxicity and negativity that it really, really affects me in a negative way. You can tell Ryland posts this stuff and he is immediately in the comment sections reading, because you can tell how he likes it and what he's responding to and all this kind of stuff. And it's like you are reading thousands and thousands of comments, and then you're getting upset about what people are saying to you. But here's the thing, you're getting upset about it, but you're not actually taking any of it in and allowing yourself to grow from this, right? Like, listen to the comments of what people are saying to you and allow yourself to grow. Say to yourself, could there be some truth to what they're saying? You know, do I come across as mean to Lizzie? Because he's always so defensive about that comment. What was interesting was, in between these comments in here, where he's talking about, where he's liking the different comments that people are talking about him and his unibrow and everything else, there was a comment that said, are Shane and Ryland not going to Lizzie's wedding? And he didn't respond or anything to that, which is interesting, right? Because they said that they were going to take next week off and they were going to have a break next week because Lizzie's getting married. Now, Lizzie is not changing her name. She is keeping her original name. So the whole thing was clickbait, which at this point, whatever. I mean, if you have to clickbait a title of your video, first of all, when they first started, they were getting 500,000 views, okay? If you and now it's getting so much negativity on that podcast that they clickbait a title, okay, of a video called Lizzie's Last Show, getting everybody over there to watch and see, is Lizzie leaving because she's had enough? Is Lizzie leaving because she just doesn't want to be part of the podcast anymore? What's going on with this? Because there's been so much just awkward tension between Lizzie and Ryland. And all you can pull in a day is 90-some thousand people to come over and watch your podcast, which in the first 5 minutes, you tell everybody that it was clickbait. I don't understand that. Like, I don't really understand that you're married. This is the same thing for me as Gabby Hannah as a musical rock star artist, having to have her art rely on drama. This is just like Ryland Adams. His popularity on YouTube as a podcaster relies, as vlogger of the year, As vlogger of the year, he can't even pull 100,000 views in 24 hours on a video. Vlogger of the year. What? Okay? That he has to rely on a clickbait title playing into the awkwardness of his relationship with his supposed close friend that is the co-host of his show that everybody likes over him because he's constantly coming for her and interrupting her. Maybe you ought to listen to what people are saying, and maybe more people will want to watch your show. When I first started watching Frenemies, you know, the back and forth between the back and forth between Trisha and Ethan was so uncomfortable for me. I didn't like to watch it. But after it changed over time, I enjoy Frenemies podcast now. I think it's hilarious, and I love the conversations that they have, and I think that they're having important conversations. Ryland, listen to what people are telling you. Be willing to be open to that and be open to change. I'd love to see Ryland get in a podcast and say, you know what, like I have taken this last 2 weeks since Lizzy got married, and I read all the comments on all the videos, and I really listened to what people had to say, and I'm open to that, and I want to change, because this was always my dream, remember? This was always his dream, to have a podcast. This was always my dream, and I want to do this podcast, and I want to do it right, and I want people to like it. I want people to enjoy it. Why are you doing a podcast that people don't enjoy? You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing something that people don't enjoy? Do something that people are going to enjoy, and then people will watch it. So if you want people to enjoy it, listen to what people are telling you. It's not just that people don't like you, Ryland. That's not it, okay? People are not willing to watch 45 minutes to an hour of, I mean, yes, there are hate watchers, but I don't believe people are hate watching Ryland. I just don't believe that. I think people are looking to see if Shane's going to come around. They're looking to see what Ryland's going to say. And I think that there are people that are Ryland fans, but they're put off by his behavior. And he's about to lose a lot of them because it's been consistent in the last couple videos. Take this time in the next 2 weeks and really listen to what your fans are telling you and be willing to change to that. You know, if you want to make people happy and you want to keep them around, or 6 months from now, your podcast is going to be obsolete and you'll be lucky if you're getting 30,000 views a podcast. And that's the truth. All right, let's go on to the next thing. So, did y'all hear, and I'm not going to post it up here and all this kind of stuff, it was from 2 years ago. James Charles is getting called out again. Some girl came out and said that James Charles was contacting her boyfriend 2 years ago on Snapchat or something like that. Okay, so this has been like a big thing that's been going all over the internet. A bunch of people have sent it to me. I saw it, it was on the TikTok. It's always on the TikTok. These kids live and tell their truth on the TikTok. But apparently this was 2 years ago. For me, this is why James Charles time-stamped his video. And he said it is, and he said what time it was on his video where he came out as taking accountability video. And he said it's such and such time on such and such date. The reason he did that was any allegations that come out before that are null and void to James Charles, okay? I've already addressed this. I've already said it. Anything after this, anything that comes out that like was before, anything that is brought up after this that happened before, I've already taken accountability for it, so we're not going to go there, right? So anyway, another allegation that came out from 2 years ago. Who knows about this one? But I will tell you who's calling James Charles out, and that is Tana Mongeau. Tana Mongeau and that Gage guy. Do you remember Gage from a couple years ago? That's the guy that James Charles was supposedly talking to. That is now Real Good Judy's with, I'll put a screenshot up here somewhere of the TikTok, is Real Good Judy's with Tana Mongeau. Why not, you know? Tana Mongeau, or James Charles, who did videos with Tana Mongeau, then called her problematic, and then didn't, you know, want to be in videos with her anymore or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, so Tana Mongeau came out, and she and James are supposedly not friends anymore, and she put up this, where is it at? She did this TikTok with Gage, and it says at the top of it, when the person we've hated forever is finally canceled. What's interesting to me about this is that you're putting it out now. Like, it's been out, like this just came out 2 days ago. Like, this has been going, I mean, James, like all this stuff with James has been like, a while, unless she's just now seeing Gage, but I don't think that's true either. So she puts this up there. Now, what was interesting were the comments in the comment section below. They're right at the top. Somebody said, weren't you literally, they think that she's talking about somebody else, this girl named Sierra. And someone said, weren't you literally just with her? And Tana responded and said, no, it's about a guy, okay? And somebody responded and said, 50 seconds, WTF. Then somebody else says, Tana, it'll happen again soon. And she's responding to a lot of these comments in here, which is really kind of funny. But in here, if you go, somebody says, is this about James Charles, Tana? And someone said, yeah, she liked a comment that was asking the same thing. What happened? And then they said they replied to this person, James. Okay, and it goes on and says what James supposedly allegedly done. So here's Tana Mongeau, and then this person came out and said, you know, is it about James Charles? And Tana Mongeau liked the comment, and so everybody knows that Tana is now happy that James Charles was canceled, you know. Tana Mongeau with her microaggressions, that she never, remember she said she was going to come out with several videos apologizing to Colin Barron, or Colin Berry, sorry, and Simply Nessa and all these things. Where were those several videos that she was going to do? She just let that go on. She never took accountability for her microaggressions. She never has taken accountability for her past behavior. Oh, now she's opening a company, hoping everybody has forgotten this. There will come a time, there really will, that Tana Mongeau, her antics and whatever are not funny. This kind of like behavior that she shows, all of it, the partying, the not taking things seriously, the not being serious about her own thing, all of that kind of stuff. You know, like I can't believe people are actually taking her company seriously. The only reason they are is because of the clout that she has. And so they think that that Tana Mongeau is going to make them a superstar, you know, and she probably will. She'll probably make 3 or 4 people superstars, and that'll be her selling point for her company, because she'll put them in her pictures, she'll put them in a video, she'll make them famous and get them a following or whatever, and then I don't know, the rest of the 2,000 people, she'll just take your money like a Barbizon modeling contract, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry about you, hey, we'll try to get you some deals or whatever. But, like, there will come a day, and I hope she is saving her money, that Tana Mongeau and her antics are not funny. I mean, this stuff is not cute at 26 or 27. You know, it's not Tana Mongeau, superstar of the world. It's let's follow this person around with a camera and call it an intervention because it's sad, you know? Like, that's what it is as you're older. It's like, I don't understand this. I don't understand why people just fawn over Tana Mongeau and all of this problematic behavior of hers. I just don't really get it. So to me, okay, you canceled your friend, girl, and you're happy that your friend is canceled. Hopefully you're not next, because, I mean, you really don't, other than all of this, you don't really have a whole lot of talent. I'm just saying, you know, to make a living off of. And you know what's really sad about it is, I said like a couple years ago when she was meeting up with Paris Hilton and things like that, I said, she could really turn this all around. You know, she could really, like, I could see Tana maybe even, I said at the time, getting cast in some movie as kind of like an edgy role in like a drama movie or whatever, but she doesn't care. She just wants to stay in kind of like this kid mentality forever and just party, 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 you know? Well, she has the money to do that today. Think back about the children like Debbie Gibson. Do y'all remember Debbie Gibson, Into the Blue? Wasn't that what that song was called back in the day? You think Debbie Gibson's money today is equal to the kids' money that they have today? It isn't, okay? And 10 or 15 years down the road, the money that Tana Mongeau has made is not going to be the same money as people are making then, and it's not going to mean as much. So I hope that she's saving her money and putting it in good interest and things like that, because this is only going to last so long. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.